Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, Letty.
Remember that time you forgot a whole episode? Good morning.
Good morning. Wow, that took a minute.
Well, we just riffed for like 20 minutes about forgetting things and attempted to record this opening while I stared blankly in Kelly's face, trying to remember what I was supposed to say when she had just told me like literally 2 seconds before that.
Does that ever happen to you?
Yes.
Because that happens to us a lot.
Oh, you were just
Yeah.
asking everyone.
You in the universe.
Welcome to WTH ADHD. What the heck with memory and remembering, and not necessarily long-term remembering, but that moment when you are standing in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, you have your medication in your hand, and you don't know if you literally just swallowed something that's going to alter your body's chemistry. And you're trying to remember, okay, did I open this thing, take a pill, drink water with my hand from the sink,
Right.
and dry my hands already? So now I'm looking for any signs of moisture on that pill container. I'm shaking it to see if it feels lighter. Now I'm counting. I don't know what day it is, so I don't even know why I'm counting these pills. I'm trying to feel my throat. Does it feel moisture from like drinking? Is there like that feeling of the pill? Am I like
Am I
sensing
parched?
or that taste of the pill? Like
Right.
I'm grasping, and I'm like, oh well, I'll know in an hour.
Like, honest to
I will
God.
forget that moment. How do you forget having put something inside your mouth?
God, it's just awful.
That's what he said.
Or she said.
Yeah.
That is, I feel like, one of the major conundrums of ADHD is
Working memory.
And for my whole life.
Because I get all sciencey. It's executive function of working memory.
My whole life, I've never had a good memory. I do not remember.
Let me just riff a little
childhood.
here, because I feel like I said a word and people are like, okay, I'm working. It's memory. No. So when you hear something or see something, your brain gets it. You process it, what you're experiencing in your environment. And it goes into this temporary working memory kind of field. It's like a spinning plate that's just kind of going. And you're trying to decide if you're going to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do have that decision or need, it goes into short-term memory. And that short-term memory goes for some duration. And you then have to either make a decision again if you want to remember it, and then remember it again before it goes into long-term storage.
Boy, I never get to that point.
So long-term memory would be like stuff that you remember from your childhood,
Mm-hmm.
lyrics to a song, stuff like that. Those are long-term memory. Happy birthday is a really deep one. That's, when there's stroke patients and we're trying to get something out of them, typically that one, we'll sing happy birthday because it's more automatic. It's so ingrained. But short-term is literally like, where'd you put your keys? I don't know.
How about this?
So ADHD is prone to having poor working memory.
Also,
Tell me.
the reason for this episode today is to discuss our last episode.
What was our last episode?
Honestly, I can't remember it because I literally lost my mind at the end of it.
And we decided to take a break.
Little break.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
to have
been
you process.
3 weeks now.
I don't know. Time. You're asking me about time.
And we've taken about
Could
a
be
3
December right now. Is it? No, it's hot. It's summertime.
It's fucking hot. Yeah, we took a 3-week break because the last episode was a large pill to swallow. Like how I brought that in.
Bum, bum, bum. Be here all night. 2 drink minimum.
Because it fucked my head up for a hot minute.
Yeah. We
But
ended up talking about it after too, after we stopped recording because like you needed
I
to like,
couldn't.
yeah.
I was like, get out. I
Yeah.
basically kicked
Bye.
you out of the
I'll
house.
leave you with your thoughts
I
now.
think I went outside and cried for a bit.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It got me good. And then I was like, I have to
Let's try this. What were you crying about?
I think because the discovery of it,
Of what?
oh God.
I'm trying to see if you can remember.
The
What did you discover?
I discovered that my whole reason why I don't go out and why I don't socialize and why it's so hard for me to do that because I literally can't get out the door because I have such a
Well, it's not
social
that you
yeah,
can't
you're
get
gonna
out the
have
door.
and you have to help me remember a lot of this because I do feel like I blacked it
But
out
let's see what
for a
let's
hot
see what
minute.
you took away from that. So I'm sorry, I want to interrupt. Go on.
That and now I forgot.
I can't
God
get out
bless
the door is what
America.
you said
I
last.
can't get out the door because I have such a huge issue with preparing for the outings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is what I remember, and you'll correct me.
Boy, will I.
Yeah, I know. Let's see how different I am and what actually happened. I have such a huge, I have such anxiety about going out, being late, being on time. I create such a horrible space for myself prior to these engagements that I literally have the worst time in the world because I'm so overwhelmed and so over stimulated because I've worked myself up into a frenzy, I feel like. And not that I don't have a great time wherever I am,
That just sounds
but the
awful.
setup,
It just
which
sounds.
getting there is fucking bananas. And yes, I always have a good time because I'm a good time Kelly.
And that also might explain why you leave so early because you're so
Uh-huh.
exhausted
Oh
by
my
the
God,
time
Letty,
you
here,
get there.
this is another, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much. That's why.
Yeah, you're
It's too much for
exhausted.
me. Holy fuck. Fucking
Yeah.
fuck. Sorry
So
if there's lots of cussing.
I think that those are all great. And I think that's really all the takeaway that needs to be. I mean, the thing that I asked you to focus on towards the end there is, what are some strategies that you can do?
All I remember saying to you is
Mhm.
no. Like, I can't keep going. You need to shut up
I just
because
took my sock off.
I can't keep going. Like, that's just not going to happen right now.
Yeah.
Mama needs to back off for a bit.
And I like that you were able to express that boundary too, because you know me, I just like keep going, keep going. Oh,
Yeah,
this
no.
is good. We're gonna work through it.
No, we're not. Not right now.
Bye.
Get the fuck out. But I will say this, like my husband hasn't heard the episode yet because I need to edit it.
You couldn't even go back to it, could you?
No, not yet. I will.
That's okay. Take your time. This is a whole thing for us to work through. You guys are just listening to our complete crashing of our lives. I don't even know why we're telling you, but we are. So you can like feel
It
better
helps.
about your life. So I had suggested, which was a super big blur, a way for you to begin coping with this particular area that's difficult. And one of the ways to do that is, you have this understanding of how long it will actually take you to get somewhere. So let's
Right.
throw out like 30 minutes because that would be if you're going like 2 miles in Los Angeles. So let's say you have somewhere to go and you need to be there and it takes you 30 minutes typically to get there. And maybe you start worrying about that, what, an hour, 2 hour? How many hours before that are you like just it starts to creep in?
Oh, it creeps in when I wake
So
up,
it
I feel
starts out
like.
with your morning. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I thought you might want to do is when you don't have somewhere to go planned, start practicing and creating for yourself a little sort of menu of short tasks. Something that's 5 minutes, something that's 10 minutes, maybe something that's 30 minutes. Things that you can do that instead of just waiting for that time to come when you got to be out the door, you can say, all right, I'm going to just take 5 minutes right now because I'm really anxious and pick a
Mm-hmm.
5 minute task off this list, which is maybe like check the fridge to see if I need to buy anything. Or, I don't know, go outside and look at the sky, whatever the 5 minute task you want it to be. And there should be a couple
Right.
because it depends on your mood. Come back from it and then check in. How you feeling? And again, this is not when you have to go somewhere. This is just being, normal Saturday, whatever.
Right.
And you come back
Right.
in or you do your thing and you check in. How's your body feeling? If you feel more tension or anything like that, because you know what you're working towards, you might actually feel tension, then pick something from your 10-minute menu. So that could be, I don't know, what takes you 10 minutes to do?
How do I make a 10-minute menu?
Let me tell you, Kelly.
The thought of making a menu like stops me in my tracks. I don't want to make a
Okay,
menu.
you don't want to make a menu. That's fine.
What do I do?
Well, there needs to be some sort of reflection and some sort of alternative plan or strategy that needs to arise, right? And the only way to do that is to really reflect on what's going on, which you have been doing, and then provide something in place of it to help you through that. So then maybe instead of just time, you can do a task, tidy the couch. So if you don't know how long things take you, which is totally fair because I have no idea how long anything takes me, you can pick tasks that appear more simple, like pick up things off the floor or flip through a magazine or watch a show. That could be a duration thing. Maybe just picking the activity rather than the time, but not in a way that stresses you out because you don't know how long it takes you, right? So it's not deciding to clean the kitchen because that could be short or long, right? So
Right.
something that
Right.
that has built in it a pretty short duration. Take off your nail polish. Like that doesn't take that long.
Right. Right.
So maybe think of it that way. What are some quick things that I can do? And building that
to help me pass
to help
time.
you do a task to stay present. So the idea is mindfulness because what happens is you're living in whatever time that appointment is. You're in the future and that hasn't happened. It doesn't exist. It's only in your mind and you're picturing yourself arriving late. And that's what's in your mind and you're perseverating on that thought, meaning that it's happening over and over and over in your mind until you lose your shit or like you don't go or you arrive just a wreck. So we're trying to break that pattern, right? Because our brains rely on patterns. Current pattern in your brain is I have to go somewhere. I'm going to stress about it. I'm going to think about it, leave early, get there, and then get out of Dodge. And that's the pattern that's established over the years. So we need to change that pattern just a little bit so that that predictive machine that our brain is has to figure something new out. And that can help relieve some of the anxiety that you're experiencing. So we're breaking the pattern a little bit by inserting something that's different, but still pleasant. And also something that keeps you in the moment, present, being mindful of when you're actually physically existing versus future you. Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense. And it's so bananas.
To be present is really difficult
very hard
for a racing
because
mind.
I do live in that future
Or the
story.
past.
No, like I think for me, it's always what's going to happen,
Always
what's going to
future.
happen, what's
Right.
going to
And
happen.
that's a fear of that
yeah.
uncertainty.
And when I sit with myself and I'm just kind of chilling, I do past. I run through scenarios.
I remember at the bakery, I used to be like, hey, Kelly, if we're late, what's the worst thing that could happen? So maybe even running through that a little bit before, like when you wake up and you feel that thing, you're like, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen? Either if I'm late
the easiest one.
or if I miss it altogether. So go through both of those.
I'll never miss anything though.
You don't cancel?
No, that doesn't happen.
Okay,
I
so
cancel.
that's missing it altogether.
But on not important things.
Your friends are not important, huh?
Well, I guess I make it. I make it. Yeah, that was a little
stung a little.
right. That stung. I'm bleeding just a bit. I guess I'm talking like because I'm thinking right now I have 2 doctor's appointments this week, and I'm getting ready to like I'm already thinking about them, and thank God they're early in the morning so that I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day, waiting for it to happen.
For the record, there's something in my sock, And Kelly's been watching me try to find it. I
I
just
don't know
found
what the
it
heck
and it
she's
fell on your
doing.
couch, so
Oh
it's
my
yours
God.
now.
Great. Awesome. Thank you.
I was so in the present
Yeah.
that I completely blocked you out, and I apologize for
I
that, friend.
know.
I think I was just hurt by the fact that you cancel things. I'm just kidding. I'm not hurt. I'm okay.
I think you're used to
Yeah,
me
that's okay.
canceling
I love
things.
you.
I know.
Through it.
I love you too. Yeah. Anywho,
I
shit.
don't know. No idea. Working
Where were
memory.
we?
Bye. Literally. No clue. So we're talking about working through that moment, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, and you know what's so funny is that I'm looking at that. I'm looking back at the moment now, and I can laugh about it. I can see the humor in it. I can see the sadness in it. How sad I felt like at that initial moment when it really hit
Mhm.
me, because it really did hit me at
When we
that
were through
moment.
with our episode.
Yeah, no, in the
Yeah.
episode it hit me really hard. And I can look back on it now and I don't feel anxiety over that moment anymore. I did feel anxiety for a while about it, thinking about it, and then wanting to have my husband hear it, listen to it, and have it almost explain
All of your things.
so much about me to him. Of course, he still hasn't heard it yet because I haven't edited it yet. So at some point, yes, I need him to listen to it so it will. And I need my daughter to listen to it because I think she will have, she's having definite
I
social,
think they all are though too. Like
like
this
what's the word?
post-pandemic.
Social
Yeah, but they're
awkwardness.
teens and post-pandemic, and like it's a really
It's really hard right
very
now.
different ballgame for them than just that general social
But I
things.
want her to
Yeah, I
hear
mean,
this to make her feel a bit better because that's kind of how I was as a kid, the way she feels right
mhm.
now. You know, I definitely felt that social anxiety, didn't want to do it, but I forced
Whereas I
myself to
was
do
like,
it.
we're going somewhere, anywhere, yay,
Yeah.
people. And then I
Yeah.
just
It's
annoy
bizarre.
everyone around me with my
Mhm.
energy. Super
Yeah.
excited for
Yeah.
people.
You're so
I'm
annoying.
like a
Yeah.
golden retriever. People,
Uh-huh.
I love you.
I feel like a Labrador
Labrador.
more.
I love
Yeah,
everyone.
Labrador. Um,
So going back to that morning wake up and you feel that stress. So using that strategy of thinking about what's the worst thing that could happen so that you've kind of
Mhm.
run through that a little bit because that's really what you're worried about, right? That is the worry.
Yes.
And
It's
then
so
see
weird.
if that worry is realistic. Are you really going to be late? Probably not because you don't tend to be, right? That's your history.
I'm never
So then you're
late.
worried about something that is got a very low 0.001 probability. So just tell
Mhm.
yourself that, yes, I'm worried about being late, but Kelly's really good about being on time. So we're just going to put a pin in it or whatever you need to do to then go, all right, I'm in bed. Like bring yourself back to the present, wherever you are. And
Right.
then when these thoughts creep in, what are you doing to bring yourself back into the present again? What's something you can tell yourself to help you get off that thought, whatever that thought is that's related to that later appointment? You can check, have I set my alarm?
Mhm.
Do some action to help you feel that you're still in control of that time.
So every morning when I get up, I look at what, is going on in the day. And then on my Apple Watch, I set my alarm for each thing. So I have to wake my husband up at 9:30. So set the 9:30 alarm. I'll
So
have a dot.
you
Let's do.
calendar out your day in the morning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that my
Mhm.
arm, and I'm holding my arm up right now so everyone can
Everyone in
see.
this room.
Everyone can see
Just
I'm holding
us.
my arm up, that my arm's going to tell me everything I need to do today.
Uh-huh. Okay, and then what?
And then I attempt to go about my day, but I know I have these alarms on my hand.
What would happen if your watch broke?
Why do we have to even think about that?
Because you need a backup for your backup for your backup is
Then I do
got
it
a
on my
list.
stupid phone. I would do it on my phone then. And the reason why I hate doing it on my phone is because I'm one of those people who don't like to turn
Ringer up?
the
I
ringer up
hate
or
you.
anything up on
I
my
hate
phone.
you.
It's off. Like I can't stand a ringer. I can't stand any noise
Well,
like
I
that.
turn off all like dings and things. My phone just vibrates when I have an appointment. Like it comes on the screen gently and like vibrates. I look at it and then I look away. I don't like dings
I
and blinks.
I don't like dings and blings and all that. And this on my wrist, it vibrates and I can feel it
like you
vibrate.
turn your ringer down too and everything?
Well, if I have to put something on my phone, then I turn the ringer on. If I have to pay attention, like if I've set something on my phone that I have to listen for, it's the only time. I never put it up. I never put no. I can't.
I need it on because I need to know if someone's calling me.
Nope. I don't care about
know
that.
If they're calling about my car's extended warranty.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. None of that.
So what do you think that you could do when those thoughts come creeping in as you're going about your day with all your awesome alarms? So let's say you have a 4 o'clock, gotta be somewhere.
I set my alarms. I got to pick my kid up at noon. I got to, do this, do that. And then probably about, if the appointment's at 4.
What are you doing at like 10? Where's your mind?
That I don't know because I'm not sure, to be honest, where I'm at that point.
Where are you at 1?
I probably...
Are you starting to worry?
Yeah. Yes. Because I picked up my daughter from school.
That's the last task before the appointment. Okay, so maybe you need some intervening appointment that's, like a loosey-goosey, like nothing that...
That feels very awful to me. You even saying put another appointment in before my appointment? No,
for yourself. For example, like let's say putting in the getting dressed appointment in earlier or some kind of thing that is towards the task. But
what you're forgetting is I'm already dressed because I have dressed for the appointment by 10 a.m. Literally. Like I'm ready to fucking go at 10.
But you see where I'm going, right?
Why can't the appointment be 10?
So then what you would do is maybe instead put in so between 1 and 4, you have 3 hours. So maybe at the hour and a half mark, put in a mindful activity such as sitting and breathing, strumming your guitar, something that's a little bit more relaxing and practicing. That's, again, it's scheduled, but it's meant to kind of move you through that large time gap. That 3 hours is a long time to worry. That's a lot of stress hormones in your system, right? You can't have nothing to do in there. You got to put something in for yourself until you get better at it, right? That's the idea. Yes, so it's not like it's forever.
Agreed.
And you might need to actually pack it a little more than one thing, maybe 2 to 3, spacing out. How long of a time do you have before that worry starts to creep in? Is it 30 minutes? So let's say it starts at 1 and you clear that. Is it a 30-minute window before those thoughts start creeping in again? So you don't know.
Question.
So then maybe journaling your next appointment or putting a little, some kind of thing of when do you feel it? You have to get awareness first. You need to become aware. Otherwise there's no figuring out what strategies to use. Right?
Well, this will be good this week because I have those 2 doctor's appointments. It'll be good for me to figure it out, although both those appointments are very early.
You do a little note on your thing hey Siri, oh, she's going to start talking to me. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't want to wake her up.
Her,
but putting
please.
a little note for yourself when you start feeling that thing creeping in, and you don't even need to do anything about it. Just you feel it, you acknowledge it, take a memo, and then do whatever it is you're doing. And then again, when you feel it, just memo your worry. And then when you're no longer worried because it's over, go back and look at those time intervals and see what you were doing. Because maybe if you were busy, those intervals were longer. And if you weren't, they were shorter. Or I don't know. I don't know what happens. But you need to become aware of what happens and journal it in some way, either mentally or physically, write it out, whatever it is. So you can start understanding your mind's process about this particular stressor.
That's going to be like a whole thing in itself. Oh my God, it sounds exhausting already.
So we're just doing a simple verbal memo using your friend on your wrist, who I'm not going to call out. I'm going to call her Becky.
Please.
Hey, Becky.
Okay.
I'm feeling a little tense about the appointment right now. Right? Something like that. So let's keep it simple. You're just going to talk to Becky.
Okay. All right. I'll attempt to do that this week with my fun appointments. And we'll see what happens.
Can we talk about me now?
We can talk about you now.
So remember how I was like, oh, I don't really worry about appointments because I'm just always running late and whatever, I'm fine.
Jeez, and
And
literally
and and
makes
I
me
just
want to
stress about it
throw
like
up.
as I'm going there, and then I'm a total wreck.
Hmm.
Well, guess what I found myself catching myself doing that I had complete unawares of.
What?
So after our episode, we did our episode on Monday, and that Sunday at
The
the
Sunday
Sunday
after.
after, I had a thing that I needed to leave by 6:30, I think, 4. Okay. And I was like, oh, Sunday, I don't have work. I don't have to write reports. It's a chill day. I'm at home with my kid. It's great. And I was like, I had set alarms to get ready, right? So I had like a 5 p.m. alarm to do my hair and all that stuff. And I already knew what I was wearing. Like I was pretty set. No need to worry, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so I didn't worry. But you know what I didn't do? I did not start any tasks. I did not paint.
Oh, look at
No,
you.
bad. Because
Oh.
I thought if I started, I would run out of time halfway through. And I was unable to do cleaning. I was
Ah,
unable to do any of the little
interesting.
things that I wanted to do for myself that day. Gardening,
Interesting.
reading, language learning, like all the things that I
Interesting,
know, right? I was like, oh,
Letizia.
I could clean my bathroom. I have like all this time. And what I ended up doing is watching these short shows and then like anxiety cleaning here and there, like putting stuff away and hanging with my kid, like, but in not liking a great way. And I was like, what am I
Uh-huh.
doing?
Uh-huh.
I was like, why aren't
Uh-huh.
you painting? You've
Uh-huh.
been looking forward to doing watercolors like all week. It's a beautiful day. I was going to like have coffee and like do it outside. Nothing, none of it. And then around like 4 or something, I was like, oh my God, I've been like in latent anxiety over this appointment that is important for someone else. I need to show up. And I just couldn't do anything. And I had not realized that not doing things, even though I was very present in my thing, I don't know. It took me for a little
That's
ride.
like, yes, because
I've
that's a
never
very
noticed that.
hard thing to
It's very
not
very subtle.
be
It's so
aware of,
subtle.
but
It was so subtle,
yeah,
right? It's not like I felt
frick.
things
Right.
were.
But what a big thing to
So then what
notice.
happens, I think, looking back
God, I'm
on
so
this, oh my
technical.
God, tell me more technical
You're
words.
the worst. God damn
What's
it.
your technical word for this?
That sucks. That's
Oh
my
my
technical
God, I
word.
think you're so right. So I think what happens sometimes with me is so that I'm not doing things and the not doing things that I want to do. Oh my God, your dog is running in his sleep.
He's so
Sorry,
cute.
movement. I get distracted by movement.
Mm.
So what I'm not doing, all that stuff is building up as I need to do because I am a mover and a goer and a doer and I'm not doing anything. And that's creating that built up tension, the fidget.
You're not getting your release. You got no dopamine release
No.
whatsoever that
And then
whole entire
so
day.
then I'm like, at the end, I'm like, oh, it's like that cramming. And I'm like, okay, I have an hour. You know what I can do in that hour? And
Oh
then I do
shit.
those stupid things that I should have been just easily doing during the day. And that's how I become late because then I start cleaning the bathroom or painting or whatever it is, the thing. I didn't do it that day. I was good about it because I just took that last hour of wanting to cram and sat with my thoughts and really explored of what's happening to me because this show is
That's
making my
wild.
brain go bonkers.
Yeah, like really
And
bonkers.
I reflected and it helped me, but I think that explains all those rushes. And then I would get caught in this task very close to when I needed to get ready. And instead of getting ready, I'm
Hmm.
doing that. And then I'm getting ready in 5 minutes, thinking about the
And you
fastest
just feel
route.
like
I'm
shit.
rushing and I'm late. So I think that's what happens in my brain. I'm going to try to pay attention when I have one of these
Hmm.
coming up. I kind of had a little bit of that on Saturday because I had an appointment to go to at 8:30 a.m. And I got up early. I got up at like 6:30. I was like, I'm going to have some coffee, look at the upcoming appointments and like see what I need to do. And then I ended up getting in this conversation and then I was like late. I had to like running out the door.
Ugh.
It was dumb. It was really dumb because I got dressed in 3 seconds. I had everything prepared. I was all ready, but I don't know why I didn't do it 10 minutes earlier. Just 10. I muted my alarm is why.
Don't ever do that, FYI.
I really try not to. It's hard when I'm having a conversation with someone though. Like I want to finish it. And so I'll mute because I don't want to like, I think it's rude to just walk away from a conversation.
I
I
don't.
do.
Just
So I
kidding.
just like, and I like wait through it. And
And that's when you go, pause. Shit, I gotta go. Bye.
I'm going to try.
No offense.
Yeah, that's hard for me.
Mama's gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a good approach because then you're not late.
I don't know. I guess I'm mean too because I just don't. If I gotta go, I gotta go.
Right. And I was really brought up to not like interrupt,
Yeah.
not be like, I'm not important enough to interrupt you. You're important. You're talking and you're important.
You're so important.
Oh, I matter.
And then just say bitch bye.
I matter.
You matter.
You matter. This has been such an awesome journey for me. I mean, it's not over by far.
Oh my God, it's just
But
started.
I love that, we're so different, you and I, in how we respond and how our ADHD presents, right?
Very different. Very different.
So that difference is so much easier to recognize than some of those similarities.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, we can show each other different things.
And that similarity can present also in a very different way. So it's nice for me to be really honest with myself and recognize things that you're inattentive to the world. I'm inattentive to myself. You're like super focused and aware of what's happening inside you all times. And I'm just like, ooh, there's a little bump in the wall. Like I'm very externally driven and you're internally driven. Ooh, did we just discover?
I already know. I know. I just remembered what we're doing for our next episode.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Like you just
No,
had
we
like
won't
a
talk about it
lightning
now.
flash through your body.
Well, no,
I thought like something bit you.
I just thought of what we're doing for, or what
Like,
what's
the
for the
cocaine
next
just hit because your brain and your eyes open.
I've never done.
What
I don't know
happened?
what it's like.
Well, that's really cool. We're not going to tell you guys though. No, we'll keep you in suspense.
Yeah, because boy, is it great. That's just a thought I had.
So,
and thoughts are good. So I brighten up when I have a thought.
here's my call to action for all our amazing listeners. Tell us about what you do when you have an appointment. Are you a wait all dayer? Are you a tasker? Are you a late person, early person? What do you do? And if you have any strategies that have worked for you, it doesn't have to work for anyone else, but maybe it will.
Please share.
Share it with us. And then we're going to share in little minisodes these amazing stories because our purpose really, aside from helping ourselves, because it's all about us, it's really about anyone out there who would possibly have these aha moments too and benefit from them. So please share. As you can see, there's so many different ways to experience this world with our unique brains, and we want to share.
It's wild.
So
It's
thank
crazy.
you for listening to WTH ADHD.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye. This has been a Hi It's Me ADHD production.